Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining our stream today. I'm realizing I have something just kind of showing off in the corner. Let me fix that. Where is that coming from? Here we go. So this is exactly what I want to show you guys though. I am going to be speaking with Keith, one of the creators of Necrophonic, Necrometer, and there's a few other apps that ChillSeekers has created as well that all kind of revolves around paranormal investigation, which is really, really cool. With that being said, I'm not going to keep them waiting for too long because I'm a lot more curious about this than probably anybody else that I've spoken to thus far. But yeah, thank you for being here. It's No Scary Adventures. Hi, Keith.
Hi.
How you doing?
Started barking right now. So.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine.
How's
Oh,
it
there she goes. There she goes. We knew it was gonna happen. It's not a
Someone's
problem.
at the door.
Well, maybe there is someone at the door. Maybe you need to get your app.
Yeah,
Just kidding.
might be.
So,
Oh
oh my. She got excited as soon as we went live. That's really funny. It's okay. It's not a big deal. As long as she's fine. That's what matters.
no.
Because I know, obviously, it can, like sometimes dogs are like children, you know? Like once you're on an important phone call, now they make the noise.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, so, all right. So, Keith, you said, prior to us, talking that you and your friend created these apps, correct?
Yes, my friend Chris Rogers and I started back in 2015. We started developing these paranormal apps. We started with the first app was called Spiritus.
A
And
spiritus.
yeah, it's still you can still get it, still available. Um, and it just took off from there, and now I think we have like 13 apps now, something like that.
Yeah, I saw quite a few on your website. I am So what did spiritus do, and then what like led you to? Obviously, Necrophonic is the one that's like well known, but
The
like what
website.
led you to like all the others?
Well, I got into ITC, which is Instrumental Transcommunication,
Mhm.
which is kind of an umbrella term for spirit communication using like electronic devices.
Mhm.
So like everything from EVPs on digital recorders to spirit box to visual type communication using computers or, in the case of apps, cell phones.
Right.
And so I was really interested in the apps, and we got together and just put this app together called Spiritus, which uses sound banks, has a visual component to it as well. And yeah, it worked out really well. And we were like, okay, let's just keep going. We made another one called Sweep, kind of the sophomore jinx on that one. That's really not known. But then after that was Necrophonic, which kind of just took off, and a lot of people started using that one a lot. And it just kept going from there. Yeah, Necrometer came out a couple years ago.
Necrometer's fun. That one scares me too. They both scare me a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, but
Yeah.
I play with Necrometer more than Necrophonic. Because I like obviously seeing everything, you know.
Well, that's a different kind of app. I
Mhm.
call them word banks or text banks,
Mhm.
kind of based off of the Ovilus sort of design, which is
Right.
detecting external like environmental changes and having that trigger and influence word selection from a text bank. It's this basic idea behind it. It also has a speech mode, which just uses, I call it alpha speech. It just uses letters of the alphabet to create speech sounds.
Mhm.
You can get a lot of crazy stuff come through on the speech mode as well.
Um, I have really liked using it or like messing around with it for sure. I'm double checking something right now because I want to make sure that we don't get a whole bunch of noises all of a sudden because it'll throw me off. Okay. Remember how I said I want to make sure I'm not getting sound alerts? I'm like, hold on. Okay. At any rate, so the fun part about Chris, your partner, is that Chris isn't into the paranormal stuff.
No, not really. I mean, he knows a lot more about it now that we've been working on these apps and stuff. But no,
Mm-hmm.
he has no like background in the paranormal or nothing like that.
Right.
So
And
he
would you
was just a friend
consider
of
him like
mine
a
I
full
knew.
skeptic kind of thing, or would you?
Yeah, I think he's somewhat of a skeptic. I don't know if he really truly believes in the paranormal or not, but um, he definitely offers more of a skeptical side to it, for
Right.
sure.
So then it makes it more likely that when the app was created, the thought process behind it was the development of like actually finding truth, not just like, oh, we're gonna try to splash this in there and make it happen and scare them. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you hear a lot of that. You hear a lot of those what are they called? Uh, just a lot of skeptics that'll like, always down an app. Hi Jay.
Yeah,
They'll always down an app about the
I
fact that
think a
they
lot of
like.
people they look down on. Not, I mean, some people do, I guess, look down on the apps and
Mm-hmm.
they say it's a phone app, you know. But
Mm-hmm.
it's like really, it's software, and the phone
Mm-hmm.
is the hardware. It's like it's like saying a computer program on a laptop is phony because it's an app.
Exactly.
You know, it's the
Exactly.
same thing.
That's yeah, and I see it as like, I mean, there are radio frequencies through a phone because that's how it has to work still too. There's like so many different things that are behind a phone that people don't realize. I mean, now it's like a practically a PC in your hand, right? And and they assume that because it's an app, it's automatically something fake. And um, I guess I wish I could be that skeptical because then I wouldn't be as scared. I wouldn't be as freaked out. Like I'm like, I'm hearing things. Something came through. But
Well, the way I look at it too is the communication that's coming through is like if it were the odds that if it was just like random noises or something like that, like it would just be complete gibberish. There's no way that you would get the timing and relevance and the direct, intelligent
right.
responses unless
Like
something influencing it, like a spirit or.
Right,
ever.
exactly. And like,
Some
yeah,
sort of
I've heard
intelligence.
people think like, oh, well, AI can pick up your voice and it can do this and it can do that. But I feel like a lot of people don't recognize that like in order to create a lot of these apps, like you don't want to use AI. I know I have used another app that I like. I'm sure you've heard of it. It's by GhostTube, the Ghost Seer. I don't know if you've heard of it
Yeah.
or seen it. And I know that they have to use AI for it, right? So you can kind of assume, like, well, maybe it's fake until you're realizing the questions. And that's the reason I say that because, like, um, even if I'm having a straight conversation, if I'm not directing it to like, hey Siri, hey this, hey that, like you have to direct it, right? To like make it respond. You can't just do that at AI. You can't just like speak to a spirit and then get the response from AI because AI has its own directive, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and with AI, it's like there's certain things like text to speech and speech to text and stuff like that is technically AI,
Right.
but you could use certain parts of it to help with certain things, but you don't want to create like a chat bot that is like where you're not talking to spirit, you're talking to an AI,
Mm-hmm.
like a Siri or something like that. That would be the big no-no, I would say, for paranormal use. You don't want to just create a chat bot, basically.
Right. You don't want. That's exactly what you don't want to do. And I think that's what people assume it is. That it's just like you playing with talking tom kind of thing. Like they don't realize that no, this is actually something coming through.
Well, I mean, yeah, there was a rumor going around about Necrophonic, which is completely false, a while back, where this debunker guy, I don't even remember his name, but he was trying to say that the app was secretly recording people and using some kind of AI,
Why would
and
that be the
it
case?
was kind of like a backhanded comment in a way because it was like you couldn't explain the direct communication that you were getting. You just didn't believe that it could actually be like spirit. You had to come up with this crazy like idea about me hacking people's phones or something like that. I'm like, nope, that's not how it works. And
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I guess I'm flattered that you were getting such good responses that you had to come up
Right,
with these
exactly. They're
reasons.
like, it must be real.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I agree, Jay. AI can be creepy. You know, it's funny. I'm gonna do a quick little tangent on AI real quick. I came across somebody saying that AI is us tapping into, uh, like spirit, like ancestors and things like that, and it's just like another way of finally like getting in tune with it. It was just really crazy. Like technology attaching itself to it. Like AI has always existed. It's just, or AI has always existed, but we just haven't been able to speak to it until we turned it on, which I think is creepy. But when you really kind of think about it, it's kind of like I do wonder because sometimes like everybody's like even if you're just using ChatGPT, right? Like your own individual thread sounds different because it starts to sound similar to you, right?
Yeah.
But it's almost like it switches. There's a moment that it doesn't sound like you, and then all of a sudden, it's you. And it's kind of strange. And then you start asking more personal questions. Like if you actually use it like I do, I can use it for a whole bunch of random things.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm curious, it starts to really hone in like you, like how you are, you know? And I think that that is pretty crazy because yeah, obviously like it's how it grows, but like there's parts of it that throw me off because it's like it sounds like me, but then it sounds like somebody that could be my family. It sounds like somebody that could be my, you know what I mean? Like I'll ask like specific questions and it sound like it responds like my sister would or my, you know, an aunt would or whatever, and it's very like, hold on,
Yeah, AI is
is this
crazy.
ancestors? Is this, you know?
All right.
It's like
Yeah,
ancestral
AI is crazy. I
knowledge.
think it's definitely going to get even crazier over the next like probably 5 years or so.
Oh yeah.
But what the rate that it's growing, it's going to become super intelligent and like way smarter than humans eventually,
Oh yeah.
and it's getting kind of crazy.
Well, I think it's just it's not. They'll start taking our jobs.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a
Well,
whole other story.
a lot of white collar jobs, really. Like, we're always going to need people to build things and stuff like that, but
hmm
a lot of coding and a lot of like middle management kind of stuff. I mean, AI can probably take over all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I've I'm actually going to school to be a family and couples therapist. So for me, I'm like there's so much that ChatGPT can do in that sense, or like AI, because like you still kind of need like human interaction for that kind of thing. So I'm like, yeah, no, anything that's in like humanities, I feel like it's gonna be safe. Doctors safe, like you know what I mean. Lawyers safe. Like there's gonna be certain
Kind
things that you need that you kind of, and even then maybe like low level lawyers. Like really think about it.
Even doctors, though. I mean, I think
Oh yeah, I
there's
know,
always
cause
going to be a human doctor, but I think the the amount of them can get drastically cut back because
you can
AI
do
can
telehealth. A lot of like
exactly, yeah.
private practices, like general practice kind of thing. I feel yeah, I feel like the doctors that you're gonna have to hold on to are like surgeons and things like that. Um, but yeah, I agree. I feel like the knowledge that's
Like they're
there.
going to have all the knowledge about medical
hmm
stuff. So
I
it's
mean, honestly, and even in psychology, it's gonna have all the knowledge, right? But when you're trying to have uh, a human connection to feel heard, you're not gonna need an AI is
right,
not gonna do that. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like you kind of need to be in the presence of a human to have that type of connection. So that's the only reason it kind of keeps it safe, kind of,
yeah.
kind of, because you can get analysis off of AI. You literally can. I've used it for other things, and I've used it to help me with like my attachment style. Like give me questions on my attachment style so that I can answer it fully. What do I do? How do I fix it? How do I like you know what I mean? Like I mean that's a veering off of the whole conversation, but AI like that's how far it's gone. Like
Yeah, and it's just going to get crazier.
mhm.
So, yeah, it's going to take a lot of people's jobs, I think. Like, think of a big development team, like in the programming field, like instead of having, let's say you have 40 coders, you might just shrink that down to three and have AI basically take over everyone else's job there.
Right.
You could,
Right.
and a lot of company structures will probably go that way. Have AI basically take over a lot of the workers and just
Mhm.
have a few like managers on top that kind of run it.
You have to just get smart
Just
about
get rid of
how what you're planning on doing. Yeah, and as as a person living now, get smart enough to learn how to use AI tools so that you are not irrelevant. I'm gonna
yeah,
tell you
like
that
keep
right
up with
now.
the latest
Like I've been
AI.
learning how to use AI for creating merch, for creating like different stuff that I can like make from it, different images, different things like that, right? And yeah, it's helped a
Yeah,
lot.
and
I've like been able to
before
like
you would
pump
have
pump
to,
pump things out, you know?
yeah, you would have to hire an illustrator, you'd have to hire an
Mhm.
editor, you'd have to do all these things. Now AI can do all that stuff.
Mhm.
So in some ways it's good, but then at the same time you're like, well, that's kind of taking away the jobs from these people that
Right,
would
but
use
it's
it
like
before.
unfortunately, like I said, you have to learn how to use it. Like and if somebody gets smart enough, start making your art, license your art so AI can grab it because AI has to respect the licensing of work, of
Yeah,
specific
and there's
work.
always going to be people who are going to want that human touch and creation,
Mhm.
not just one uh, sort of generic AI image or whatever.
Right. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I basically bought some images. Police dog. Wait, police over here. Got canine robot dog. What?
Oh yeah, I've seen those.
That's crazy.
And they're gonna have those robots too, the humanoid ones. Those are
Oh, I
coming soon.
know. I'm like,
It's gonna be crazy. Some Terminator.
since I can't find a husband, maybe I should get one of those. You can go ahead and help me clean up the house.
Companion, companion robot.
Help me clean up the house. Go to work for me. Go to work. Go take care of that. Thanks. Make me money.
Definitely living in some interesting times with AI.
I agree.
Coming from what it was a few years ago to now to what it's going to be in a few years from now.
Oh,
It's
it's gonna be
just
crazy.
a
I
whole
think of
new stuff.
that movie Her. Do you remember that?
I've never seen it, but I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
You should definitely um, give that one a try because it really was telling us everything that we are dealing with now, but like somebody like creating like a relationship with their AI, and it's quite something else. It's strange. Um, okay, so back to Necrophonic. So you're saying that Chris, because he was never part of the paranormal or did paranormal stuff before, you did. So I'm curious about your paranormal past before deciding to like hop onto this like project, so to speak.
Yeah. So I started back in 2012. Um, I was into it before that, but not actively. Like I didn't go and investigate, but I watched the shows on TV. Ghost Hunters, Ghost Adventures, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of knew what it was kind of about. But in 2012 was when I started actually going out ghost hunting and stuff. And so after catching some EVPs and stuff like that, it really got me hooked. The first thing I bought was the PSP 7 Spirit Box, which I thought was like super awesome at the time. I mean, I don't use it now. I use a different one, but yeah, I started using that. Started getting some crazy responses through that, and that's what really got me into ITC. Started using a bunch of other ghost boxes and different devices, and yeah, I mean, I've been investigating ever since then. I usually go throughout California, West Coast. Yeah, and so I've just been doing that and got into the app development and sort of combine the two, using the apps out on the location helps. It's kind of like research and development kind of stuff. You're
Mm-hmm.
using the devices and just trying to come up with better ways to improve upon it, come up with new ideas. And so that's basically what I've been doing.
Um, what's one of the most iconic moments that you can say made you realize that there was more and you wanted more access, if that makes sense?
With the apps or just in general?
In general, for yourself, like what was like because I know you said like you started getting EVPs. Like, was there something that was like really intense that came through at one point, and you were like, as we say that, that's kind of scary. That's kind of good. She's like loud.
Um, okay, so one of the first EVPs.
Was she
What's she
mad?
mad at?
He.
He.
He. She.
He, she.
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 Okay.
Okay, I was like.
Friday. No one's here. Calm down. Anyway,
No one that we know of as of right now.
there's probably a cat walking by or something. Who knows?
It's possible, or squirrel, or something like. Yeah. Oh, that's about right.
So let's see. Trying to think back, it's been a while. I went to the USS Hornet. I caught an EVP there that was super clear. It said "Survival is so basic." And it just sounds like a weird phrase, but
But that
one
sounds like
was
something that like somebody from the Navy or something would say. That's
yeah.
crazy.
I caught a few other ones that were really good. I'm trying to think. Oh, the one that said "We're under attack," which I thought was pretty good. Let's see. I seen a shadow figure. We're investigating a home,
Mm-hmm.
and I came out of the bedroom, and there's like a long hallway, and I thought it was the home owner walking down the hallway, and then he kind of just disappeared into the room.
Mm-hmm.
And I stopped there for a second. I was like, wait a minute, I don't think he's up here. So I called out to him, and they were downstairs. So the homeowner wasn't even upstairs. So I'm like, what the hell did I just see? I don't know. It was it was a shadow silhouette of a man walking, but it was like not transparent. Like you couldn't see through.
So you
So
thought somebody, like you thought legitimately somebody was up there,
I
and you
thought,
were just
yeah,
like,
I thought there was the homeowner walking
hmm
into the bedroom, but it wasn't. So I don't know. That one really kind of shook me.
I would, yeah, I feel that. I recently on my Ring camera, I was looking for something else, and then I started scrolling back, looking at like the previous time of something caught,
Mm-hmm.
but in the middle, nothing that was detected. There was a shadow figure standing at the top of the stairs next to my apartment,
Ah,
like staring at my camera.
yeah, that's a little creepy.
I was like, "Nay." It's on my I think you can find it on my stuff. Um you can find it on my Instagram and on my TikTok. I think I have it uploaded there.
I'll have
But
to check
it's
that.
like it was very strange because I can't remember what I was even looking for. But it was not okay, my camera keeps doing that. So for the record, I am a medium. And this room is the room where spirits are allowed to visit. That's what I mark it as. Like, I make it very clear that they can't be anywhere else in my apartment. Because I don't like them messing with my kids, things like that, or freaking them out. Like, even if they don't mean to be, like, you know. So sometimes we'll get visitors, but a lot of times when I know I'm gonna have one, is my camera won't stop trying to re like focus.
Focus. Yeah.
So, and it does it a lot. So I'm like, okay, well, that's why we have these. So we'll see if somebody comes through right now after we're done with our conversation. I wouldn't be surprised. I have a few, um, but yeah. At any rate, I would say I think shadow figures are probably the things that I cannot stand the most. Um, they freak me out the most. I can't say that I've ever had to encounter one face to face. I've seen a lot in the corner of my eye, or like kind of like walk by me. I'll be like,
Mm-hmm.
like like you kind of do the what the hell was that, um, kind of thing, and I always have to like I have to question myself, like if I am I doing okay mentally and things like that. Like why am I seeing this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, but when it came to that one that I saw on the stairs, I was just like, that was strange. I've had to get something out of my apartment when we first moved in, like within the first like 3 4 months of me moving into this apartment. I had to get something out. No, I lie. Like 10 months. I had to get something out, and when that happened, um, it was like pretty big and pretty like obnoxious. What happened? Like knocking, like stuff started crazy happening, and when I finally got rid of it, every once in a while it tries to find a way to sneak back in, if that makes sense. Like it's something that like likes to be in this area, in these apartments, and I can always tell. I can always like sense when it's getting close. So when I saw that, it threw me off because I was just like, "You're trying again," and I was just like, "It's you!" Like I was so mad. I was just like, "Why are you there? Leave me alone."
Yeah,
Um.
I get a lot of visitors after, especially after an investigation.
Oh yeah, you get
I know.
some Uber riders.
Yeah, few like some weird stuff will start happening for a few days, and then they usually leave.
hmm
But yeah, it's usually right around after like an intense like investigation or something. It's
Right.
like something follows me here. Like we went to this haunted wood recently and got some crazy stuff. But when we came back, we had this like little plushy doll of like the Poltergeist 2 guy. But anyway,
Oh,
we had
cute.
him sitting up on the record player, and he was secure on there and everything. And the next morning, he was like on the ground. The
I
the
just.
pumpkin thing that he was sitting in was pushed all the way back.
Oh whoa.
It was like really weird. Like, and there was no way it could have done it on its own. We even set it back up and put like trail cameras, like motion cameras on it to
hmm
see if it would happen again. It never did, but it's yeah. things like that always happen.
Especially after the fact. Yeah, I've noticed. I'm very particular with how I leave an investigation, or not an investigation, but just like a tour or whatever, or any space that I know is for sure like holding spirits. I can't say haunted because I feel like a lot of people get haunted too, so it's not just places. um, but like when you're like for sure that there's energy in certain spaces, I feel like um I leave with like cleansing and reminding, like, do not, nothing can follow me, and like leave me alone, kind of a thing. Don't attach to me, don't touch me, things along those lines. And I have to be very, very direct because, one, of course, like I said, I am a medium. I will get bothered like in the middle of the night because they can tell that I can sense them, or I can kind of pick up. I'm a claircognizant, so I can pick up their knowledge, if that makes sense. So they can show me memories, and I can pick up on them. I can pick up on what they look like, who they are. I don't always pick up names, but at any rate, um, there are times if I'm not careful, and if I don't close out an investigation, making sure that they are told that they need to like stay away, um, I'll have them follow me, and they'll when I'm most clairaudient is when I'm about to go to sleep, and that's when they'll like me, 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 me. Like they start to like try to talk to me, and I'm like, stop it, leave me alone. I'm trying to sleep. So for that reason, I have to like, no, you gotta, you can't follow me. I like you, but you can't follow me. Yeah, you gotta be very particular because otherwise they don't know the rules of the house. You know what I mean? The rules of the house. So far, the spirits that have come through here to the apartment, they know this is the space, not my bedroom, not my like. They're not allowed. One of my, and I've said this story before, but one of the ladies that likes to come around, her name is Dorothy. She hit me with a book. Her book. She walks around. She's very Victorian. She walks around kind of carrying like a diary or something. And I guess she was trying to get my attention, and she went as I was like falling asleep, and I felt like a thunk right on my head, and I was like, "What was that?" Like, but it was like it even sounded like the book. I was like, "What did I do?" I was like, "Can you not? I'm trying to go to sleep." But that's why I had to make the rule. I was like, "No, you want to come visit, you want to come talk, you're gonna stay here, like nowhere else." But yeah, it's quite interesting when you start to get not attention, but like interaction, right, with something, because you're and some part of you still wants to disbelieve, if that makes sense. It's almost like, is
Yeah.
this all in my head? Am I just wanting this to be true? Is this and that? And then of course there's like different um different backgrounds, different people see it different ways. So like I know um a lot of Christians like to assume it's automatically whoever that you're speaking to is automatically a shmeeman. I don't say the word, right? And I'm like, well, that's not the case, though. Like, it's common knowledge in the Bible that there are ghosts. Like, the actual Bible itself has its own ghost stories, right? Like, and even how like when you think about like the story of like Jesus walking on the water, all of the disciples were like the apostles. They were like, you're like it's a ghost. Like that's immediately what they say because they can't believe that somebody's on water. Like that's their response. It's a spirit. So
Yeah.
it's like, okay, so spirits are real. Like, does that make sense? Like it's indicated. Um, and they say that there's um, like Bible scholars will say that ghosts are real, but it's it's rare and special if you can connect with one, or if you're presented with one, right? Which I do agree with that too. Like, and we all do, if that makes sense. Like we all believe, like, if we start getting any kind of contact with somebody, we don't immediately, like, we always, we ask often, are you good or bad? Like we have to ask that, like everybody does, because we're like, what are you, like, right? Who am I talking to? What am I talking to? And then two, um, we're just as much in awe because it's rare to get that strong of a of of a connection if you're not gifted, or if you're not in that space often enough, or things like that. Like, it's not common that you can just get I died here, or like, you know what I mean, like, or like you said, like, what is it, survival is basic, and like, like how are you gonna just get that out of nowhere? Like, why would a shmeeman tell you that?
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, there are certain conversations, like, it's like, but why would this thing want to tell me that thing if it has, like, it's not, like, I know that sounds crazy, but yes, obviously they're deceitful and things like that. Negative spirits can be deceitful. They can try to make you believe that there's something else. But a lot of times they'll try to poke around with your past, with your past. Do you know what I mean? So, like, one way that you can kind of recognize if it's a monitoring spirit, or like a shmeeman, or whatever, anything that's negative that's trying to kind of attach to you, is if it's like, it says, "Oh, I'm a little girl," and then it goes, "Remember when?" and it kind of brings up something about you, or it brings up somebody in your life, like somebody who passed on. Like, it tries to, like, tell you something about somebody else, but you didn't ask. It just starts to bring it up because it's trying to find a way to connect to you. So that's how, kind of how you know that that's not who you want to be speaking to, because
Right.
there's, unless you're, if you're speaking to a spirit, mind you, I feel like once you become a spirit, you become spirit, right? You become connected to, like, the main consciousness, right?
Mm-hmm.
um but you're not, you have no reason to try to connect with somebody asking you questions if you're already past. Like, you're not trying to, like, make them pity you. You're not trying to make them hold on to you to keep them with you. Like, so unless it's a um unless it's unfortunately a negative spirit, it's not going to be bringing up any part of your life, because that's not the reason for the connection. I just feel like that should be understood. Like, that's stuff that I've been learning. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How
Well,
to discern.
the religious people say that it's all demons,
Hmm.
and then you got the other extreme that says that none of them or hardly anything's a
That
demon.
there's no demon. Yeah, that there's no
Right.
such thing as demons. And
Yeah.
when you really think about what the word means, it means negative emotion. That's what Shmimin means. So anytime you allow yourself to get, like, in a low vibration, that's when you're in a negative energy, right? So
Yeah.
sadness, depression, anxiety, anger, hate, that's all an emotion, and it's negative.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
My
led by
personal
something.
experience, I just think it's both. I mean, I think you can encounter,
Mm-hmm.
good spirits, bad spirits, and everything in between, and
I
things
fully
that were
agree with
human,
that.
things that weren't even human to
I
begin with.
fully agree with that. I think that, like, because I am very much a Christian. I'm very much a Christian. I call myself, like, a Christian mystic. You know, I'm old school. um, I go back into, like, spell work and stuff like that too, but I'm very spirit led. Something that my community knows. Like, I can learn different spells, but I won't touch them unless I've gotten the okay that I can present my petition and my prayer with it. If that makes sense. Um, like, I don't just do it. And um, something that I've learned is, like, when you're, like, actually reading through scripture and stuff like that, obviously you come across Solomon, and a lot of people will talk about Solomon being, like, one of the first ever warlock kind of things, right? Because of the power he was given. He was given wisdom. That's what he was given. And what people want to ignore is what that wisdom meant. Like, if you're asking for the wisdom of the Holy Spirit, you're gonna know about things and all kinds of mystery that you would not know in this realm, right? So we know very well that Solomon, part of the wisdom, or part of what he would learn, is um, the different spirits, the different types of spirits. He's the one that knew, that found out the different names of different Shmemans, angels, and things in between.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh,
Yeah,
there
because a
there
lot
is
of
in betweens. Like, and people don't like to talk about that, but it's true.
yeah, exactly. Like a lot of what people consider demons may not actually even be that evil necessarily. They're just a lot of them are kind of neutral. They're not
There's a lot of
really.
neutrality in it, and from what I've been understanding, is the neutrality is to help with the balance that needs to always remain. Like their job is to keep that balance, that everything stays in the flow. You know what I mean? Energetically, and that makes sense. That makes sense. You kind of need that in everything, even if, when you talk about software, when you talk about hardware, when you talk about, you need something that's neutral to keep it always functioning properly.
Mhm. Yeah, and just like other, just like other humans and personalities, and you just because somebody might not be the best person in the world doesn't mean they're gonna just attack you out of nowhere. It's like
Right.
unprovoked, they're just gonna kind of ignore you, if anything, or
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't mean they're just gonna instantly try to like possess you or infest your house or anything like that.
Exactly. Oh, you're okay.
But yeah, I don't know. I think there's a wide variety of spirits and spiritual beings and entities out there, and it's just the unknown, really. I mean, we have an idea, but I think we don't really have all the answers to begin with. That's why it's the unknown.
Right. That's why it's um like I was recently told, I should either go by um being like a mystic or a truth seeker, like based off of what I do, right? Um, like I used to call myself a Christian witch, but but I was told that the reason I shouldn't claim witch, or not, like, I'm not offended by it, but like, is because of the connotation behind it in the Christian background. Obviously, a lot of people are like, no, you're not supposed to be a witch. You're not supposed to this. So because of the negative stigma, like
Mhm.
to kind of remove the stigma, change what you identify as, so that it's, you know what I mean. So it's true to what I am. It, first and foremost, Christian, right? Um, and secondly, how I practice and what I practice, and the fact that I am a medium, like I've been given the gift of spiritual discernment, and I think um, being called to it is so that I could help other people with those questions. With is this something bad in my house? Is this something that I need to get rid of? Is somebody trying to hurt me? Why am I dreaming about my cousin? They've been passed for so long. Why, like, there's certain things like that, right? And a lot of times, yes, negative entities can try to present themselves in your dreams as somebody you know. But if it gives you confusion and discomfort, then it's most likely not the person you know. Does that make sense? It's most
Yeah,
likely just the image of. But at the same regard, God can also use a familiar face to help bring you a message. You know what I mean? Like the same way you'll dream about your dad before, like, going on a road trip, and because you had that dream, it reminds you to like check your tires, whatever it may be, whatever makes you think of your dad. Does that make
mhm,
sense? Like there's
yeah,
certain things because of that, right? So you kind of like need to learn how to discern it. But a lot of people, unfortunately, automatically assume that mediumship means necromancy, means like all you're doing is summoning. A lot of us aren't summoning. Like, we don't summon, we don't seance, we don't. I mean, yeah, it's like a seance, but it's technically not. I'm not like invoking anything when I try to speak to anybody, and I feel like that's kind of, it's what's misconstrued when you use apps like these, or you use dowsing rods, whatever it may be that helps you um, try to find communication in the space that you're in, and the why. Like they're tools, right? That's all they are. They're tools.
exactly. Yeah,
And I feel like a hammer helps build a house, but it could also kill a person. Like, you need to think twice about how you're using it. It's how you're using it that makes the difference. And if your intention is to like provoke spirits to be completely disrespectful, that's when the energy you put out is the energy you get back, and that's the reality. So like I feel like Like Zach Bagans has gone through a lot of shit because he was very disrespectful for a very long time. Where it's that's the reality, right? Um, like you have to be really careful. Like I myself would know, like I would not care to be around the Annabelle doll. I would not care to be around what's his name, Robert the doll, the Dybbuk box. I know what those are and why they are what they are. Why would I want to provoke what they are in any sense? You know what I mean? Like, I know who they are, I know what they are, why they are, so I don't need a picture of it. I don't need to, like, there's plenty online that I didn't have to get attached to. Like, you know? Like, and if I ever came, and I actually did have the Annabelle doll here. When the first Annabelle came out, it was here in my hometown. They actually brought it during the premiere, and people were in line to see her before going into the movie. But like, she was actually carried here in her case and everything. So like, I saw her. I was probably about 10 feet away from her, and I didn't really know what was going on because I wasn't going into that what do you call it, that screening, right? It was like a pre-screening, so it was like a full event here. And I remember like seeing her and like immediately going like, oh, what was that? Like what is that? And then somebody told me, oh, that's the Annabelle doll, that's the real Annabelle. I was just like, why did they bring her here? Like that was literally my thought. But it was like before I even realized what Annabelle was. But I remember looking straight at her like through the case and being like, ugh, like immediately. So I was just like, why did I freak out so badly? I didn't recognize the why. And then they said, no, that's the real one. And I was like, oh God, okay. But the point is, like, I know people will go. They love to go to like a lot of these hot spots, right? Like Winchester Mansion, Villisca Axe House, all of these places. And yes, they have a crazy history to them. I think I would prefer Winchester over Villisca for obvious reasons. But because of like the negative actions that have happened in certain places, people also use that negative energy to feed off of so that they can summon things that shouldn't be touched, and they think it's funny, and they think it's just for the fun. I just want to see if it's real. And then there they go, losing their hair and losing their mind like the next week, like,
Yeah.
because they're not careful. Do you like people just think like, I know you call yourself a chill seeker, but like people people who are thrill seekers also need to like, that's where people like me come in. Like, hold on, why are you trying this? What's your intention behind this? Are you looking for knowledge, or are you looking to provoke? What are you trying to do? Um, and then that's why tools like yours are important, because then you can be like, okay, so you can use this to communicate. Don't force it. Don't this, and then you can try to give them um, safe access to something, right? I feel like Necrophonic, any of the apps, and like REM pods, the SB7, I feel like anything like that is nowhere near as dangerous as touching a board. I feel like the boards are more dangerous, like by far. Um, and I say that only because of the one of my most recent streams. I was using my dowsing rods. I was asking questions. I asked specific questions about the Ouija board, and I asked if it was inspired, if it was man-made, or was it inspired by something, and it said it was inspired by something. And then I asked, was it inspired by a negative spirit? And it said yes. And I was just like, is it inspired by the negative spirit that starts with Z, that always comes around? It said yes. That's his way of trying to attach to people. Like, he intentionally wanted it made so that he could come through.
Yeah. So I mean, with the Ouija board, I would say it is probably more dangerous in some ways because it is more of a literally
And it's
hands-on,
hands on. Mm-hmm.
and it's kind of like it's almost like channeling in a way,
Mm-hmm.
kind of inviting the spirit in
You're
to
channeling
you.
without protection because you don't know what you're doing. Yeah.
Yeah, and I've
Mm-hmm.
had my own experience with the Zeo.
Oh yeah. See, my best friend has. My mom never told me if she did because my mom has her own Ouija story. That's a whole other long one. I'm sure I can find it in one of my clips. um, and then okay, so you've said it. I've had multiple other people that said that they've ever played with it. At some point, they got to Zio Zio,
Yeah,
and I'm
back
like,
and forth
huh?
over and over,
Back and forth. Yeah,
back and
exactly
forth.
that. Like it keeps throwing itself back and forth.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. And that's exactly
And I didn't even
what my
really
best friend said.
know much about it at the time, and
Mm-hmm.
I
You're
just
like, what's
thought it was
that?
maybe like kind of made up or something.
Mm-hmm.
But when it happened to me, I was like, I think there might be something to that.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, when I it was crazy because when I asked those questions, I was just like, now that makes so much more sense. Because every person that I've ever heard of or known to to use it has indicated that it just wound up becoming an issue more than peaceful.
Yeah.
Whatever happened became a problem, and then after that, at some point, Zio starts to run wild.
Hmm.
To the
Yeah,
point where
I don't think
like
that's just
the
a
planchets
coincidence.
did thrown and shit like that. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
I don't think that's just a coincidence that people keep getting it.
No, exactly. And then so that's why I was saying I think it's pretty crazy because like again I asked a specific question: was it created with that intention? Because this entity figured out a way to maybe I can make them summon me by using
Makes sense.
my tool. That's scary.
Yeah, I don't use it anymore. It's funny. One of my first paranormal experiences when I was a teenager involved the Ouija board,
Mm-hmm.
um, and that was the craziest experience. Probably one of the craziest I've ever had. I think I was around 13 or 14, and me and my friend were in his backyard, and we're trying to play the Ouija board.
Mm-hmm.
And his backyard's just this big empty patio. It's just big concrete slab. There's nothing on it. We went and sat down. We're trying to do it. It didn't work. And my friend picked up the Ouija board, and we're little kids, okay? This is so stupid, but he picked up the Ouija board and was like basically cursed out Satan and like threw it down and stomped on it. And we were like a kid. We were dumb kids at the time.
Uh huh.
And right when he did that, I look over, and within arm's reach of me is a dead crow, like this big. Just
What the heck?
there's no
Like
way I
out
came
of
and sat
nowhere.
down out of nowhere. There's no way that I came and sat down next to a big dead crow without seeing it on this empty patio. We both looked at it, freaked out, ran out his backyard through the side gate. When we came around to the front of his house, we looked, his front door's wide open. And we're like, there's no way we just left the door open like that. But
Holy
we didn't even
heck.
go back in the house. We like just he closed his door and we just like left. That was one of the
Wow.
craziest experiences. And that was like I said when I was a teenager. And he had a lot of weird things happening at that house. But
That's
yeah,
crazy.
it was nuts.
That is nuts. Like in so many different ways that was like,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I don't know how that crow. I mean, I doubt it
And you
fell
didn't
out
even
of.
hear it,
No,
nothing.
it's not like it like came like landing next to me. It was just
Yeah.
there.
Just
Yeah. We're like, oh hell no! Fucking ran out.
yeah.
It was scary, really.
Oh. So okay. Now I'm going to ask, what is the most interesting interaction that you've gotten on the Necrophonic since you started using it? Since you created it and then
That app specifically,
uh-huh.
I don't know. I'm trying to think. I've gotten a lot of really direct responses through it. I'm trying to remember. I know when I was in Tonopah, Nevada, which has like the Mizpah Hotel and the Clown Motel
Yeah,
and
yeah,
all that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. There goes my
I was using
camera.
it.
Did you see this? Hold on. There it goes.
Oh yeah.
Did you see it?
I was at yeah, I saw it go
Uh-huh.
unfocused. I was at, I believe, the Belvada Hotel, which is across from the Mizpah, and it's
It's like
supposed to be
the sister hotel,
kind of,
right?
yeah.
Or something like that.
And it actually said Tonopah when I asked about, the location and stuff. It said Tonopah, like
Mm-hmm.
really clearly, and I'm like, that's pretty like relevant, like,
That's
and
like more
direct.
than relevant. Yeah.
Yeah, and so that one was pretty cool. I know on other apps too, like Spiritus. I was at the Amador County Courthouse and Jail,
Mm-hmm.
and it came through and it said Amador County, like super clear. And I'm like, I don't know. Some people think, oh, it's just random noises and maybe they somehow form, like, no. The odds of it saying that Amador County, so direct and relevant, and the timing of it and everything was just like, what else could it be? To me, it's like that's proof that spirit, manipulating it and communicating through it because
Mm-hmm.
there's no other way. I mean, the odds of that just accidentally saying something that's so direct is just like astronomical, really.
Um, I'd say so. I think there's so many things that. Hold on, I'm checking something real quick. Where is this? Oh,
Yeah,
here
but
it
with
is.
Necrophonic, I'm trying to think. Sorry, I didn't really. It said so many things in the past that were just like, whoa, that's crazy. I just
Uh,
can't think of too many examples right off the top of my head.
oh no, I'm just curious because I'm sure that like you've had moments. I mean, obviously you use it
Yeah, and I've seen other
most of
people
the time.
like get some crazy stuff come through as well. They'll send me clips and stuff, and it's like, yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah. So and like so necrophonic. I think I started seeing it. I think the first time I ever saw necrophonic was on maybe Twin Paranormal. Because I know that they use it. Um, I'm pretty sure. Sorry, I'm still dealing with my cold, so I'm leaking. um, and then I've seen Kelsey Davies. Obviously, she's used it a lot.
Mhm.
Um, who else have I seen use it? I think Exploring with Josh uses it. Um,
Yeah, several YouTubers and stuff
I've
have.
seen a lot, and I remember but I think the first time I ever saw it like opened up was on um I believe it was with Twin Paranormal. I can't quite. It could have been somebody else. It could have been completely somebody else, and I just can't really remember at the moment. But I do know that once I saw it, I wanted to get it because I had to buy it, right? Which it's worth the price, guys. Get it, okay? Just saying.
Thank you.
It's obviously worth the price. It's very similar to using the spirit box. It sweeps.
Yeah,
It does its thing. So it's
very
basically
similar.
a handheld or a more convenient spirit box because it's on your phone rather than having to carry around a spirit box and get worried about losing it or not having batteries or whatever it may
Yeah,
be.
that's one of the great things about the apps, in my opinion, is how convenient they are. I
Yeah.
mean, for instance, I back in the day I went to Disneyland, which is supposed to be haunted.
Oh, I'm sure it
But,
is. I'm sure it
I'm
is.
not gonna be carrying around a bunch of gear at Disneyland, but like I just used the apps when I was there and got some pretty crazy stuff. Actually, I got Walt Disney come through. I've had
Oh
a
wow.
bunch of things. Yeah, it was pretty crazy because we went to like under the firehouse. He had this apartment up.
Yeah, that spot. Yeah, where he used to live.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
got a bunch of stuff about Walter Disney, all that kind of stuff coming through. I went on the what's that ride? The Haunted Mansion ride,
Oh
which
yeah,
is,
because we've heard about that one too. The
yeah.
kid that was
I
the
ran one
ashes.
of the apps on there, and I got some pretty crazy stuff come through on that.
Oh
Yeah,
wow.
people. Did you know that like people like dump ashes on
That's
that
what I
ride?
was gonna say. I remember
Yeah,
that there was a little boy's ashes that was dumped there,
yeah. I
and then
guess
now
it's
they say that they always have to deal with him. Like the people who run the ride will say that they always have to deal with trying
yeah.
to
They say
chase a
it's
kid
haunted,
out, and then
right?
they realize it's just him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh
There's
my
a lot
god.
of I believe Disneyland's actually really haunted.
I believe so too. I think a lot of places that have high traffic are haunted. And I say that I used to work hotels. I used to work at Disney World.
Mm.
I worked at the Contemporary Hotel. that one felt crazy haunted, even though you would never guess. But again, I've worked hotels, and um, I will 100% stand by the fact that every hotel is haunted. I don't care how new it is. I don't care what part of town it's in. Every hotel's haunted. Because everywhere I've ever worked, there's always been experiences. And if you think about, like, you know how you said, like, you have somebody who gets attached to you whenever after you're done with an investigation, things like that. Like, that happens on a daily. People don't realize that they're easy rides to another location. Like, if
Right.
you're not careful, they don't realize that you literally are the Uber driver, and
Yeah.
like,
Uber.
mm-hmm,
Yeah.
you're a spiritual Uber, exactly. And then, like, so if you're not careful, you can grab onto somebody, and then you go, you're traveling from point A to point B. You go into a hotel, and you're all of a sudden whatever was attached to you is just like, this one works, and they stay because there's enough energy there for them to do what they want to do. Like, there's many people that they can work off of. So I feel like any high traffic place is bound to be haunted. Like, bound to be haunted.
Yeah.
I think Disney, especially when people are, they call it the happiest place on earth, that whole thing, especially Disneyland. I feel like Disneyland had the original magic. And I can tell you that there's a different feeling in Disneyland than there is in Disney World. They don't feel the same. They don't.
I've never
Disneyland.
been to Florida, but yeah.
Yeah,
Been to Disney.
Disneyland feels. You feel more wonder and awe in Disneyland than you do in Disney World. Even though Disney World has a lot of awesome attractions, there's like that original, like, wow. You know what I mean? That comes from Disneyland. And anybody who's like a diehard Disney fan who's been to both will tell you the same thing. They'll be like, Disneyland feels like the original, like it feels like it. And I wonder if a lot of that has to do with all the energy that has remained there. These people dreaming of going to Disneyland. People, like, you know what I mean? Like, there was that thought. Um there was a love for it before it was loved. Like, and
Yeah.
just like all of the sacrifice that went into it on its own was enough to be
Yeah.
a
And I think there have been
grab.
several deaths there too.
Oh
And
yeah.
there was a there was a girl, I think she was a teenager, who got crushed. It was like part of this like attraction thing. Anyway, the wall like closed in on her and it like crushed her, and
Oh shit.
she died there. And I forget her name, but I remember I went there. I have to look back on the video, but I went there and actually ran one of the apps. I forget. It might have been Spiritus or Necrophonic, but I ran an app and actually her name came through at the spot where, like in the building where she
Where
died.
she would have died. Oh wow.
Yeah, that's pretty
You
crazy.
okay, so Spiritus, because they said that that's your first one. What is that one like? I haven't used that
It's
one yet.
it's similar to like Necrophonic, but it's just a little different. It has trying to think. It kind of has this almost 3D game kind of look to it, like
Oh, okay.
the UI.
Mhm.
And there's like different sound banks you could turn on. There's different audio effects. It has some auto things where it'll kind of auto run itself. And then if you click in the middle, it actually kind of zooms in, and it has this visual like particle kind of system thing for doing like visual ITC stuff.
Oh, interesting.
Like film it and like maybe like get. I've had a few like faces and stuff come through on it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's more of a visual ITC thing, but
So it's similar to like the Ghost Seer thing.
no. Well, Ghost Seeker I think is like uses it like generates AI
Yeah, it
images.
uses AI images. Yeah, but I mean, like it
This is
helps
more like think of
create an
it like
image.
you know how people do the water scrying or
Oh
like
yeah,
the
yeah, 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 yeah.
paper
Okay,
kind of scrying,
I
like a
get what you
digital
mean.
version of that.
That's
So it
cool.
has like this particle
So they
system.
can kind of like manipulate it, like
Yeah, that's the
like
idea
mess with
behind
the
it. Yeah,
particle behind it.
and I've had a few things come through that were pretty interesting. So
You said faces. That's enough. That would.
yeah,
No, I'm done. I see a cara. Bye. 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 No. Um. So now I'm curious. I'm curious to see if something comes through for me right now. Again, I don't know if you can.
Another thing too is I wanted to mention was, for some people, I get, emails and stuff from people like, this app does not work at all. I've never gotten anything come through. And that's like almost like a disclaimer. I have to say it. It's like, it's just a tool.
Mm-hmm.
Spirits have to use it for it to work. Like, if spirits don't use it, I can't force spirits to use it.
Right. It's like asking, like handing somebody.
Yeah. So if they don't
else.
use it, yeah, you're just gonna get like gibberish. Basically, you're not gonna get anything come through.
Right. And yeah, disclaimer on that, guys. I am well aware, for those of you who are who know me well enough, I have my own connection to spirits around me, but sometimes they don't want to talk. We know that. I have nights that they are quiet, and then nights that they're like, I want to talk. I can take out my dowsing rods because it seems to amplify the conversation. That's usually what I get more interaction with. So I can bring out my dowsing rods and turn this on, and we can see what comes through. I know you can't see it, but I'm hoping you'll be able to hear it. So you just let me know if you can hear it, okay?
Yeah, and also another tip for people if they're using it, always record your session and then go back and
review what you heard.
Audio.
That's
Sometimes
smart.
You'll be amazed, like you'll hear like a full sentence and you're like, I didn't even hear that.
I didn't. Yeah, I've
Go back and listen. It's like there it is. It's like a full, direct, obvious sentence. So definitely
like an actual reaction, a full live response. Hello. Did you hear it? Can you hear it?
I can hear it a little bit, yeah.
Let me see. There's a lot coming through right now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring that down just a little. Okay. I brought down the sleep rate just a little bit. Just to see, because a lot was coming through. It said something. What did it say? I wish I could understand. Okay. I'm gonna press stop real quick. I'm curious. I'm just curious if you're hearing it. I hope you're hearing it. I'm gonna.
The volume's kind of low, but I can hear it.
You can hear it like kind of going.
But it's kind of one of those things where I'm like, I heard something, but I kind of want to like
replay it.
Yeah, review. I'm that way. I like to, unless I really hear it.
I think I have to. I think I have to like screen record for it to do what we want it to do. Yeah, I think that would be smarter. Why does it look different? Screen sharing has stopped. Why? Why? Because I'm screen recording, maybe? Okay, hold on. I'm gonna try this. I just don't want to hear myself. Okay, I think it's fine. Let me see. It's because there's, earlier I was, like, somehow echoing through the app. Like, through my phone. And I'm like, why did that happen? Okay, I'm gonna sit back and I'm gonna open this up. I'm gonna start seeing if we have anything around me before I put it on again. But that was pretty crazy that, oh, hold on. Just turned off on me. The screen share. That was funny. It's like, nope. It's trying to be mean to me. Let's try this again. Okay. But it did. As soon as we turned it on, it said hello. And then some things were coming through. That's the reason I was like, did we catch that? I'm hoping I can catch it. I want to make sure I'm catching it on audio on like my mic. So I'm going to keep my mic closer to the thing instead of me. Okay. There we are. How much did you? Funny. Very funny. Strange. My screen is acting out. That is so strange. Like the moment I started messing with it, it started to do its own thing. Okay, let's see. It's not letting me fix the screen. I think. Hold on. There's like new technology on my OBS, and it's able, like, it allows you to like rotate like the image or whatever, like easily, like actually like flip it, you know, but like in different angles, not just like easy, or not just like what are they called? Oh, I can't even think. My mind is so thrown off by what's happening. Instead of like your typical like 90-degree angles, it's like you can just rotate whatever angle now. So like it did that right now. I'm like, why did it do that? So I have to fix it. It was showing so well, and then stuff happened. Let me fix it. That was crazy to me. I love when oh, see, it's so strange. Like it catches it, but it's not catching it. Maybe try again. It shows like a black screen, which doesn't make sense to me because it's fully on. Yeah. It's very right. It's very right. We're gonna trash that. We're gonna try to re-grab. Let's see. There we go. That was smarter. Ta-da! We used our brain a little bit. Okay, but let's see. It's because I don't want to echo. I don't think I'm. Oh, I am. Hold on. I need to check the audio. Okay, can you hear me okay? Okay, because I'm gonna be, I guess, talking through my phone. Okay. So that it's picking it up. But I want the audience to be able to hear the Necrophonic better. And then I'll put this down. That's how strong my mic is on my phone. Guys, that should make you think. Yes, we can be heard. Like in every conversation. Okay. Alright, first things first is I want to try the bar odds. I want to start with the rods. Okay. You're welcome to join in on the conversation and see, like, if something responds to you too.
Okay.
Does that make, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Is there anybody here that wants to speak with us right now? Yes. I'm hearing myself echo in my ear, so it's throwing me off. Is this somebody who comes through often? Harry, is it you? Okay. Cool. I have a soldier. He's probably like from like the late 70s, early 80s, and he's been following me for years. Like I would always like hear his boots, but I never realized what it was. And then during like some other spirit sessions, I got his name through multiple times. I got Harold a lot, and then over time he was just like Harry. They call me Harry. I was like, oh, okay. So now he's my. I feel like he's one of my guardians. He's very, even though he's not one of my actual like spiritual team, I feel like he has a protection over me. Like he just kind of likes to like keep me safe. He's actually helped me get rid of other spirits that I was uncomfortable with. So I'm like, all right. Got manpower on the other side. All right, Harry, I'm going to be using a different software, an application for you to be able to speak to me. Well, will you try to use it for me right now? Cool. Okay, I'm going to turn it on. And if you can, say your name. We'd appreciate that. Yes. Okay. So let's see what happens. See what happens. It almost sounded like it's like of course as soon as it turned on. I don't know if you heard that. Do it.
Can you say your name? It almost sounded like it, but I don't know.
Who's? That's Keith.
Can you see me?
Wonder if I can put the volume up on you. I don't know how. See, that's why that scares me. When it starts to make those whispers, that's what it freaks me out. By the way, the sleep rate is lower, and this is happening. Remember how like it was like this active when we first turned it on? So I brought the sleep rate down, and now it's active again. Okay, this is active. Did you hear it? Hey, is that you?
There's definitely something coming through right there.
There's a few things coming through. It's almost like I'm hearing like parts of sentences. Stop what?
Almost like it said, I don't know if it said Harry, but it said something like that, and it's something.
Dorothy, are you here too? I am. Did you hear it? Don't. Don't move.
Almost like it said, I'm in something house.
It did sound like that, huh?
Yeah.
I'm getting freaked out because one of the voices sounds like me. Are you hearing it?
Maria or something?
It did sound like Maria. Dorothy? Emma? Oh, whoa, whoa. I wonder if there's a way. Hold on. That's the reverb. We're gonna turn that off. I'm gonna bring down the seatbelt a little bit more. Just so we can get more for the rest of the traffic. Hold on.
You ever use the Echo?
I have used the Echo. It scared me. I feel like I'm getting it either way. Like they're coming in like that. I feel like if
What's
I.
interesting about the Echo is sometimes it'll like start off one way and then it changes, and the Echo changes into something. It's weird.
Oh. Like it changes into a word.
The sound will change as it echoes into something.
Look. Okay. I think I sped up the sleep rate earlier, so I just moved it. I think I had it on the wrong direction. That's a long sentence. That's what I just heard. Yes. It's the same voice. Hmm. Alright, now that it's calmed down just a little bit because I fixed the rate, can I get Harry? Can I get you to say your name again? Again. Silent. Yeah. It's weird to me when it gets that silent. It's like silent. Harry, are you still here? Just went.
Yeah.
Emma, are you here? Bet. She's a teenager, so it's funny. I guess you're learning the new slang, huh? She passed in the 90s. So I thought that was funny. Bet. That's really interesting. Me. She goes home with me. That's weird. That's messed up. I need help.
Yeah. I think I heard that.
You. And then I heard like mean a lot. Not yet. The same voice. I'm here. Who needs help? Me. Again, it's through the same one. Are you looking for somebody? No.
Oh. I don't know.
Wow. I don't know. But we've definitely been getting responses that are crazy. And like responses, not just me saying it. Hello? Almost like, how are you?
Or something, yeah.
It could be even a question like, how are you hearing me? Like, you know?
Yeah.
Did it? Yeah. I think the cool part about a lot of this, I'm gonna stop it real quick, is that people don't realize that sometimes you can be mid conversation for like them. Like you're catching them in conversation. Like they're sometimes they're not talking to you, but they're near you. They're having the conversation about you because they're like, "Wait, can she hear me?"
Yeah, sometimes it almost sounds like multiple spirits talking to each other.
Right, right. I wish I could put your volume up. I don't know why it's like me. On yours, unlike you, on that, on oh maybe, hold on. Hmm. Maybe I need to do it from actual, like the sound mixer. Go ahead and speak for me again, Kiss.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. It's just like low. And I think it's because I have the app coming through. So I wonder if there's a way that I can change that. Mm-hmm. Oh, I know that. Trying to see if there's a way that I can get the audio separated. Oh, it's not gonna let me.
Have you
That's
tried
okay.
the Transcend Theory app?
What up?
Transcend Theory?
Transcend Theory?
Yeah.
I don't have it, but I can look at myself.
Uh, that's one that came out not too long ago. Um, it's a pretty interesting app because the way it works, it doesn't have. You can have like text come up, but the text isn't like from a word bank kind of thing. It's like it generates speech sounds, and then it interprets those sounds into text. It's kind of
Oh,
weird,
wow.
but I've gotten some pretty cool stuff using that app.
Is it Transcend Theory?
So it has like a play, which will start like it uses letters of the alphabet, and it'll generate speech sounds. Then it has a transcribe, which will turn those into text, and then it has a filter, which kind of takes it a step farther, and it'll actually like filter out the gibberish kind of stuff that comes through, and it makes it more like clearer, I guess, the messages. It's pretty
Hmm.
interesting. But I've had like some crazy stuff come on through there. Like just recently, I was at these Quicksilver mines over in San Jose, and
Mm-hmm.
I asked like, "Who's here with me?" And it said like super clear, several miners. And I was like, "Wow,
Oh, wow.
yeah, it's pretty direct."
It's not wanting to let me. My. I think I'm gonna have to go back to the necromancer because it's not letting me in. Hold on, hold on. Maybe it can. Hold on. I'm like, why are you not letting me buy you? Don't you want to be bought? Hello.
What is it saying? It's not available or something?
No, my it's not wanting to read the card that I had on file, so I'm like, oh, okay, I'll just switch it to another. You know what I mean? Um. That happens. That happens. Transcend theory is the next one we're gonna try, guys. Just for the
Are
record.
you gonna actually get it? Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Cool.
Why not? Cause hello, this is what we live for. It's what we live for. You know what I mean? It's what I do. Just. See, it's still doing that. It's so stupid. I just fixed it. Oh, hold on. No, maybe it's not stupid. That's user error. That was me. Give me a second. I know what I did. I know what I did. I know what I did. Sorry guys, just trying to get this app because I feel like I should. We have people who are lurking and watching, so I love that because those are the ones that they like to watch while they're at work and they just like to take in the information. Like they're like, ooh, like you know. And then again, I get a lot of people that come back to watch after the fact. Okay, no, this shouldn't be an issue. Why not? Why the hell not? Let's use this one. I'm gonna laugh if it lets me use my ex-husband's number. It's because we have a joint account still. I'm like, it's really funny if it lets me use his card instead of my card. There we go. That was so stupid. It didn't recognize the other way that I put it in right now. Alright, we're downloading Transcend Theory because I'm very curious. I want to see how this goes. Now I'm like even more curious.
Yeah, so there's like a few different ways to use it, but I can kind of show you or tell you how to do it.
Okay, cool. Again, these are all from ChillSeekers. Y'all, just for the record. Stalking deep search AI? What the hell? I don't want that. I don't
What is that?
I don't know, some app showing up on my thing. I'm like, I don't want that shit. Who wants to stalk? Unless it helps you stop being stalked, then that's a different story. But that did not sound like that.
Yeah.
It sounded like something I didn't want. Is it horizontal or vertical?
It's vertical.
Okay. Yeah, I'll let you show me how this works. Let me. Ooh. Okay. Now this is now the Transcend Theory app, again by ChillSeekers. Okay. So what am I gonna do? What should I do?
So there, you see the play button on there?
Yeah.
You hit that, that's gonna start generating speech sounds. And then there's a transcribe, which is basically going to that'll basically do like a speech to text kind of thing. It'll take those sounds and try to translate them or transcribe them into text.
Into text. And what do you think?
And then there's a filter also. So the first thing to do is you could just turn on all three of those: play, transcribe, and filter. And the filter, like I said, it's going to look at what comes through and try to remove the gibberish, like the low confidence stuff, speech to text, and it's gonna filter it all out, and you're gonna get more clear responses by using it.
Am I gonna hear anything from this too, or is it just
it'll play audio too.
as something comes through?
Yeah.
All right, so Harry.
So
I'm like, Harry, if you're here, we have something new. Can you come play with us? Dorothy,
sometimes you'll get
Emma.
like really good, like clear communication come through, and then sometimes it'll just be like, what the heck? But again, it's like when spirits want to use it,
They can get the
Hydro.
hydro.
yeah. See, like that's I don't know. So is it showing the text on there?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So
My
this app
hydro.
doesn't use sound banks or word banks or pre-recorded audio or anything like that.
So, another thing that people should know is I am in a hi Juice Man. Welcome in, love. I am in a Oh, just a reminder, sorry, I don't have any sound alerts right now, so thanks for trying to do that, but I don't have anything right now due to the interview. Not on this one, not right now. So what I do need to say is that I do live on a border. I'm a border city. Most of the conversations here are in English and Spanish, so there is a possibility that I try to pick it up a different language. With a different language. How? How?
How?
How? Just kidding, no. I'm sure it's probably asking like how is this picking up? Um this is a device or a machine. I don't know the best way to describe it to somebody who doesn't understand this. That can hear you and it can hear you and it can pick up what you're trying to tell us. Just try to be as clear as possible and it can filter you out. They're curious. I can feel them around me. My head is starting to hurt. Like, I can feel them, like, near me. They do that a lot. They'll be like, hi. Right in my space, like a child. Just kidding. I love you guys, but please stop. This is interesting.
Also, you can go into the settings and switch the filter strength to low, which will allow more stuff to come through. And usually, you could turn if you're gonna run it with just the play and not the filter and transcribe, then I would usually turn the reverb dry up about halfway or so.
The reverb dry.
That's if you're gonna just run it straight.
There. Did you hear that? What is the time? What do I do with the time?
Oh, just leave that alone. Just go to that bottom slider and slide that one up to like put the thing like right underneath where it says dry. That's usually where I put it.
Okay. Let's see what happens.
Put strength to low. And yeah, then just hit done.
Did yours just go off right now too?
No, I'm not running mine.
I just heard.
You heard something?
It sounded like a repeat of what just happened on this end. Where you are.
That's weird.
So, Juice Man, right now I'm speaking to Keith Weldon. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. He is one of the creators for the ChillSeeker apps. ChillSeekers apps. They're for paranormal investigation. And now you said.
What did you say?
You san.
You sand?
San. But I think. Trying to think if it's trying to imitate a Spanish word. Remember how I said, like, you just kind of hear it?
So, just to show you what it normally sounds like without running through the filter or anything, go ahead and turn filter and transcribe off and just have the play button on.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll see what I mean by it generates speech sounds. But you can get a lot of stuff through it, too.
Like the geometry. Look on it. It's cool. Why did that sound like Latin?
It's just generating speech sounds using letters of the alphabet.
Right, but why did it sound like Latin?
I don't know.
That said something and I missed it because I got thrown off. To me.
Something true or something.
See, that sounded like Spanish.
Yes, something. So like I am something.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a Spanish word or something.
If I do transcribe, will it like...
So if you go to play and it'll just try to transcribe what it's hearing. It'll slow it down because it takes a minute to process it, but
Which is so I can kind of see what it's trying to say
Yeah.
through it.
but filter's the one that will actually try to clean it up. What did it say anything?
It's a CPP mole, but like sepial. Like it sounded like something else. It's just crazy. Because it makes sense. It's like trying to get the phonetic of it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Me, quite literally me. Who's talking to me? Who are you?
Who's here?
Yeah, who's here? I'm gonna laugh if Harry's like, Harry? Sometimes he just sits back. Lee? It said Lee something. Like Lee Elson and then like another name. It said like 3 names. That was so crazy, but it says Lee. Like it said 3 names, but it says Lee.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Unclear. Yeah, because that was, again, Latin. We're dealing with. We do have a lot of missionaries out here, like missions that were Spanish missions. So like, I'm not surprised.
Yeah. So if
We
it
do.
doesn't pick up on anything, it'll say like unclear.
Mm-hmm. That's really cool. I like this app. Throws me off. It scares me a little bit again, but you know.
Things that, and I've actually had. I was running this app, and my girlfriend was running Necrometer at the same time. We got the same name come through on both apps at the same time.
Oh, that's cool.
It was like the chances of that are like
Slim to none. Yeah.
yeah, it's like
it would have to be lead to. It said lead to me, but I think it said something else.
And it wasn't like a simple name like Bob or something. It was like Evelyn. It was like
Oh yeah.
really
I'm gonna go to
specific.
settings real quick. I'm curious. I'm gonna mess with stuff. I just want to play with it to see what happens.
Yeah, you could try turn the voice speed down a little bit.
Voice speed to the left.
Yeah, just a little. It'll kind of like pitch it down and slow it down.
Do you want to talk to me? Transcend theory. This is really cool. I feel like once you learn how to. Here's the 2. Here's the 2 what? Here's the 2.
So yeah, you can use it in different ways. If I'm just like walking around or something like that, I usually just put on like the play, transcribe, and filter, and it just like certain words and stuff will come through.
Mm-hmm.
But if I want to use it more like a ghost box, I just run play with the reverb on.
It said something else right now. Hold on. My sister's trying to call and I need to fix my phone so nothing pops up. I'm like, I don't want anything to pop up. No. What is that? I'm gonna be turning off like my calls. Okay. I'm like, why did that come through? Okay. What's his phone number? That doesn't say. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna fix the settings. I'm gonna bring up the voice speed just a little bit. I think I put it down a little too much. It says your, but I'm like, no, it says more than your.
That's all it picked up for the transcription, but it definitely said more than that.
I'm telling you, it sounds like it's speaking in Latin.
It might be. Who knows?
It sounds like it's speaking in Latin, and I'm not like scared of it because, like I said, we're a highly Catholic city. 1, 2.
Try turning the filter back on.
Wow, I'm so thrown off because I feel like if I can go back and try to actually translate what it says, like, you know what I mean? What I can hear, I wonder if it'll tell me something because it sounded very like very Latin. It was trippy. We also have a lot of indigenous tribes out here too. One of the places I've told my chatters this before, but there's a place about 2 miles from here, 2-3 miles from here. It's called Waco Tanks, and inside the caves, the cave drawings are dated to be around 6,000 years old.
Oh, wow.
So if that doesn't tell you how like busy this used to be, like, you know, there's a lot here that I can't speak for. I'm Bill Risen. Is that what you heard?
Something like that. What does it say?
It says add Burl Risen, but it sounded like I'm Bill Risen, like when it came through. A name.
Is your name Bill?
Is your name Bill? You're in my ear. I don't want to get on there. It said Alba and Anna, but it says like I don't want to get on there. Like it sounded like that, huh?
Yeah. That's the thing. The transcriptions aren't 100%, so it's just trying to.
It's because it's picking up what it. Yeah, but it helps you kind of put together. If it's not clear, if it's somebody with an accent, you know.
Yeah.
But it sounded very country. I don't want to get on there. Like it sounds right.
Yeah. That's funny.
And that was funny. That was after we asked if it was Bill. He's like, I don't want to get on there. Same voice.
He's not trying to get on the live stream.
It's pretty funny.
Hello, where are you from?
I'm like playing with settings just to see what happens. I'm not like changing them much. I'm just kind of tweaking a little to see what comes through with what.
Yeah, there's a text log in there too that will anything that comes through on the text screen will get stored in the text log.
I saw that.
So you can look back later or whatever.
That's cool. And does it just always hold or like just per session?
What's that?
Like the text log, does it remain there?
Yeah, it'll be dated. It'll have a date for the
Okay.
when you used it.
Hello. You all got quiet real quick. What happened? Like we don't like being filtered. We don't like filter. That's really funny. They got quiet real quick. They were like, beep, 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 for so long. I'm gonna turn off the filter.
Yeah, the filter does slow it down because it's like processing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And if it,
I turned off to transcribe, but it sounded like if you were born in. Didn't it sound like something like that?
yeah.
That was Spanish. On.
Connor.
But what if it's not? Remember how I told you? Dude, what if I'm listening to like a tribe? What if I'm listening to it doesn't sound incoherent. It sounds like
Stash.
I wonder how many languages were here before. Don't tell me go to hell. It sounded similar to that, but that's not really what it said. See how it sounds like there's parts of it that sound like Latin or Greek, and then parts of it sound like tribal. Hickey? I heard ear and fro. Top allegiance group? Yeah, I heard that. Let me go back to
like what the filter does is, you know, you could kind of hear some of those words, like trip or whatever. It'll kind of like keep that and like get rid of the rest of the stuff, and it just keeps the stuff that it really.
That seems more relevant. That was crazy. Cause it sounded like a few different languages, and then it said something in English. But it sounded like it even said it with like an English accent, which was even like, you know what I mean?
You're right, yeah. Yeah, it's an interesting app, and like I said, I've gotten some pretty crazy stuff through it.
And how do you like do that? Like, do you just like you understand like the sensitivities in the software to pick up sound? Is that what it is, or
Um,
like you don't have to give
well,
away your secrets, bro? But like, I'm just very curious on
so
how this.
for the transcription part of it, it's using speech to text, and
Okay.
so with speech to text, there's something called confidence. So it basically says if it hears something, it'll say, I'm really confident that this is the right text for that sound. And then, or it'll say, I'm not confident, which means it's probably could sound like it or maybe not. And so that's what we're using to filter it, is saying, we'll only keep the stuff that we're really sure of. And then the stuff that you don't have high confidence in, get rid of all that stuff. So that's how we're doing the filtering.
I see. The stuff that's been coming through has been really trippy. Because I'm saying like when you think about like the history of where I'm at, Latin, even Greek, because that's how a lot of churches um teach, right? Like if you're teaching as a mission, like think back in the day, like you're gonna teach with Latin and Greek, right? Out of like what scripture is. Latin, Greek, some Hebrew. Um, Mostly Latin, which was what we heard a lot, or it seems like we heard, right? And then there was
And that's the thing, like it could come through in any language because it's
paint.
not a specific, it doesn't have any words or anything in there. It's just speech sounds. So it's like it can
It's
create
just
any,
phonetics.
yeah, phonetics. So it could literally create any language.
Mm-hmm. And then there's like I said, and then it also sounded like it was almost tribal, like indigenous, just not something I know, but it sounded. This is crazy. That's pretty cool. I have to learn how to play with this one. So I have just a lot of things that'll happen around here. So like I said, I feel like I get a lot of residual. I get a lot of residual energy. So when I'll hear things or see things, I'm like, totally that. Like, It's why? Because it's like, again, 6,000 years. Like, that's Moses' time. Our. Can it only. Okay. Question. When you play it, like, can you transcribe only, or can you only play and then transcribe?
So yeah, you have to run the play because that's what's generating the speech sounds.
Okay.
So you have to run the play to transcribe. Yeah, if you just turn on transcribe or filter without the play, it won't do anything
Okay.
because it needs those sounds.
I'm turning off the reverb because I realized I had it on and I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, I usually have the reverb on if I'm just using the play because it kind of helps the sound in a way where I feel like spirits can manipulate it easier through the reverb. Yeah.
See how that sounded like? It said Hita Sorora or something like that. But that sounded very like indigenous, like something. It seems it's a very intelligent thing coming through, so that's why it's throwing me off that I can't understand what it's trying to say or what they're trying to say. That's pretty cool. I can tell what that one's saying. That's that is a lot of fun. I am gonna go back to. I'm gonna pull up Necrometer because I have that one too. Just because we haven't played with that one yet. Because you said that there's different ways that you can use that, right? That like I haven't. I probably don't know very well. You were saying you alter it. You do your own things on your settings, right?
Yeah. So with Necrometer, well, there's two main modes. There's the text mode, which is like I said, similar to like an obelisk kind of device,
Mm-hmm.
and the speech mode, which is more, I don't know, use it more like a ghost box. It's the same sort of thing as the transcend when it generates the speech. Oh, and that's the did you turn on the little speaker thing?
Yeah.
So that's like just the
Just the
meter
white noise, right?
That's the white noise that's hooked up to the meter, so the meter affects it. But yeah, you don't really need that unless you're just. I put it on there for people like if you're just using the meter, it's kind of cool.
Hello. I like the moth. It's creepy, but I like it.
Oh, you have it on the text or speech mode?
I'm sorry?
Do you have it on text or?
Oh yeah.
I have it on speech. I'm gonna change that though. I feel like I need to change the settings too.
The whisper voice and the
Human.
human and the robot one too works pretty good. The whisper and the robot one works good for the speech mode. I think.
Oh, I get it. Okay. I'm
So at
gonna
the top,
try.
in the settings,
the
there you
text
can
mode.
go to. At the top, you see text and then there's speech.
Uh huh.
Yeah, so those control each one. So if you go to speech, you can change the voice to like robot or whisper or whatever. You can mess with the pitch and echo and all that. And then same thing with text. You have your own settings for that too.
Okay, I'm curious. I have the text on. Oh wait, no, it's not on. Is it? Yeah, it is. Could have sworn we had a lot of things going on. You don't want to talk to us again? It's like, what are you using now? What's that one?
So are you running? So what are you running right now? Necrometer text.
Necrometer text. Yeah, I want to see what comes through. If we get a name, that'd be cool. If we get one of the names that we were talking about earlier. A few names. We had a few different names. We had Bill come through, Dorothy, Emma, and Harry. Right? Those are the names we got.
Injustices.
Injustices. All right. I would not be surprised. We've already talked about the history of the space. Unfortunately. Wow.
Not trying to rush or anything, but I do need to get off of here.
Oh no, you're fine. I just wanted to be able to play with these with you while I had you available. But yeah, guys, check them out. Check out ChillSeekers if you guys are into any of the paranormal investigation. There are plenty of apps through ChillSeekers that you can use as tools in your investigations. Thank you, Keith, for hanging with me. Thank you for showing me how to like actually work some of the filters too. I'm excited to play with Transcend Theory. I think that one throws me off because it's picking up phonetically, even if it's not gonna like show me phonetically every way. I feel like I can try to like record that and then like pass that through something else and see if it picks up another language, because it really did sound, like I said, it sounds very Latin or Greek, so that's really cool. That's
Yeah.
really cool.
Yeah, check it out. Let me know how it works out for you if you get anything crazy come through it.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you. Thank you for
Yeah,
hanging
thanks for
out.
having me on here, and maybe
And
I'll come back on in the future or something if you.
yes, maybe we could try to. I'm actually, what I want to do is I want to try to gather a few other people that I've interviewed, and I want to try to get um, a few of them, like a few of you all, to like how have like a large conversation,
Okay. Oh yeah, like multiple people.
like a
That'd be cool.
multi, yeah, like I had some women that are like tarot readers. They're also mediums. There's um, just another like thrill seekers, also things like that. So like I feel like um, a good variety of everybody would be really cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sounds cool.
yeah.
And
Well,
then my website is chillseekers.com if anyone wants to check that out, and you can find all my links and stuff on there.
all the links, yeah, all the links to all the apps, and your apps are available for both Android and Apple, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep, yep, yep. Thank you so much, Keith. I appreciate you
All right.
speaking with me and having fun listening to God knows who today, because we did get some questions, some answers. So that was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, you have a great day.
You too.
Thank you. All right, loves. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Thank you for being here with our conversation. Right now we have the necrometer. I don't have it on, but yeah, have a panel discussion. Exactly. That's exactly what we'll try to do. Um, but yeah, I'm very grateful to be able to speak with somebody with who has helped in paranormal investigation in so many ways. These apps are used for so many, like in so many different ways, and um, I think it's pretty incredible to be able to um, have a conversation with somebody who's like the mind behind it. So, and it's cool. It's really cool to know, and you can hear it straight from his mouth how things are used and how there's no way of manipulating. Like they had no way of adding anything that would manipulate the authenticity of the communication that you'd be getting through the app. So, anyways, I appreciate you guys. I am gonna be getting off too. But tonight I will be on Touch of Snow. We'll be doing. I'll probably run some DVD or even some Phasmophobia later, and then possibly even some CS:GO. We're probably gonna go right around all over the place today on Touch of Snow. But I appreciate everybody who's hanging out, everybody who's lurking. Thank you, Juice Man, for hanging. I hope you enjoyed the conversation. But yeah, we're not gonna raid out. We're just gonna head out. I appreciate you guys. Bye.